Sister Omotayo and sorry for starting late, but I'm going to walk us through the agenda for today. We already know why we're here. We're here to celebrate her. She's premiering her album. So, single. Okay, single. And she has decided to invite people that are really close to her. So it's such an honor because really for someone to take you in that high regard, it means a lot. So she has invited some of us. Some can't join physically, but they are online watching. So thank you so much for inviting us. I'll walk us through the agenda so you know that we're not going to take your time too much of the time. So we'll have introductions, we'll all get to know ourselves. We'll have a small game. There's a gift, so you need to prepare. What the gift is, I'm not going to disclose till later. Then we're going to recognize the team, those people who have supported her, who backed her, the instrumentalist and all that. She's going to do a small presentation about herself, how she started, and then we get to watch the video for the first time. So nobody has watched it. We are the first set of people watching it. And we're going to critique it as well, so that if there's any feedback, but that will be directly to her, offline. So we're not going to see that here. So you can just tell her. Okay. And then, refreshments, and both of them. So you can see it's very short. You won't stay here for too long. So I'll go first. And then we'll this way, right? So they will come last with introductions. My name is Adedeji. We are friends with the Adedejis. I'm also their neighbor, so I'm happy to be friends with them. So let's go this way.
My name is Adedeji. So we used to be neighbors.
Oh, okay.
But no longer neighbors. But we are still friends.
My name is Omotayo Adedeji, and we are friends, sister, friends, brother.
You know you are, but you sure want to introduce yourself.
My name is Titi George, and we are family, and we are church members too.
Pastor Judge.
Okay, I'm Jide George. I'm Omotayo Adedeji pastor, and we're friends.
Sister Unke.
Hey? Okay.
Please introduce yourself.
My name is Anne. We are friends and we are colleagues, we're sisters. Yeah, I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
Mr. D.
It's the technical name.
Okay, so very fine. Coming at the right time. Okay. So what? Maybe let me allow you to say, then. But now you're going to introduce yourself and your role in this whole thing, this whole video thing you're talking about.
Is it me now?
Yes.
No. Right? Everybody knows me as Laulu.
I don't know.
You don't know me again. Well, my name is Laulu Adedeji, or Laulua actually, Adedeji. Of course, this is my beautiful wife, Omotayo. My role in this whole thing, basically, I've just been behind the scene, just doing some other sometimes.
Manager.
Well, the guy that produced the video was like, where is your producer? Where is your manager? So I've basically just been behind the scene, just supporting, giving what I'm supposed to do.
Okay, Brother Frank, please just introduce yourself and your relationship.
Okay, my name is Frank Onko. I'm a member of the church, Global Halifax. I moved to Canada a few months ago. I started the church with them, met them in church. And she's been a blessing to us in ministry, and she's in the choir, so we've been enjoying that blessing. Firsthand before a lot of people probably get to see it on radio, on TV, and on the internet, but we are like the in-house that gets the first bite of the cake. So she's been a wonderful person to the church and to ministry. She's been an advantage to ministry. So we're truly honored to be here.
Thank you. I really want her to introduce herself, or she just wait till when it's time. Yeah. Okay. So we'll move on to the second item on the agenda, which is the games. So I would need an assistant. Brother Laulu, please come. We'll need to project some pictures. I'm going to be projecting some pictures on the screen, and then we'll be passing round. What do we use now? So I'll be passing around this stone, and the music will be on. So once it stops with you, you're going to answer the question. So I'm going to start with Rabi. Please read the music so I can always control it. See what I can do for you. Okay, please just give us some time, please. Then you solve it. Maybe you can go to this. You can go this one. That's the only way it can be.
I have to remove this one and cast the music again.
Okay, you know what? Should I just call for Okay. So we're going to change it. We can't just play. We're going to change the plan. I'm going to just call people that are trying. Don't let your heart beat too fast. I'm going to, sorry, Ravi. I'm going to call that random. And then we're going to show the picture, and then you tell us something. I'm going to ask you a question around it. Okay, so can we go to the, where's the first one? Okay, so no problem. Okay, so who can guess where this is? Nigeria, Cotonou, Senegal. Okay.
Is it to be accurate to 10 kilometers or 3,000 miles? Or
As accurate as possible.
you drop the pin
Yes.
on the map.
Baby, don't
No.
Pastor.
No collabo.
Should I call someone? Or
collabo.
anybody can just answer? Should we do that with anyone should answer? Then if nobody's answering, I will call somebody. Okay, so I'll give you some time. Look at this picture very well, closely. Where do you think this is?
Let me look at that.
Let me wear my glasses. Let me wear my, this is.
Your time starts now.
I will know where she has been to.
We have 1 minute per question.
Is that all?
We have 1 minute per question.
That part that we
Oh, where? She gets it.
Downtown waterfront.
Backtown
Everywhere is water.
Everywhere is water.
Downtown water. Sister Monta, is it? Flemington?
No, sorry.
So once it's, I think it's
At least
spent
we have
about 1
one
minute on
person
it.
Fleming Park.
Is it Point Pleasant Park?
Another option.
Sorry,
Peggy School.
before I go on, there's somebody online that is introducing himself. And it says his name is Ayodeji, but it's not the pastor there. I'll put the pastor there. Pastor Ayodeji Owodu. He said he's a friend, a brother, and sister.
Hello, Pastor Deji.
You're welcome, Pastor Deji. Nice to have you online. And I think I would also want to recognize some of the people online. I have a few names with me. Mommy Lawal. That's the artist's mom.
Hi, Grandma.
Grandma.
Hello, Grandma.
She's in
we have Mr. and Mrs. Jinodu, sister and brother-in-law joining from Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Big sis.
We also have Babatunde and Temitope Lawal. They are both based in Scotland. Brother and sister-in-law. Hi. And then we have Dr. Tolu Alugo. Alugo, okay. The cousin joining you from New Brunswick. Hello.
Hi.
Okay, and of course you've introduced Pastor Ayodeji already. Pastor Ayodeji Owodolu. Thank you for joining. Okay, so we can continue with our game. So we have some options.
Garbage. Peggy School. This is Peggy School.
Bedford.
Highway or no way?
Highway the only way.
Oh my God.
So, Sister Omotayo, do you want to tell us where this is?
Should I say?
Yes, go ahead.
This is actually this is Dumbrak, Long Lake.
I've not been there.
I could have guessed it, seriously, I could have guessed it. Because I know there is a lot of tax on Dumbrak.
That's where they do kayaks.
Yeah, the kayak. Okay.
Yeah.
So now we know where this is.
Okay.
Okay, the next
Just water side.
Which one?
What answer? Which one?
For Rivers or which one?
Okay, the next slide, please. Okay, so who can guess the studio? Which one in particular?
Music studio.
That Bedford.
Hello. You're welcome.
Hi.
Okay.
Jason.
So, can someone guess the studio?
That Bedford.
What did you say?
That Bedford.
Is that Bedford? Is that answer? Okay, let's see. Okay. Other answers?
Yeah, she has answered for the family.
They've shared the money.
You understand?
Okay. Any other person wants to try?
That month?
That's what.
That month?
It's Nova Scotia, I'm sure.
It's not Wise Street, that
Wise Road.
Ah, what is it?
There is Wise Road. Or Windmill.
But it's Dartmouth.
This is Dartmouth.
It's Dartmouth.
Okay.
I'm not trying to
Do we have any
Yes,
correct
we have
answer?
a hand there.
Are you sure he doesn't know? Should he be
Well,
explained?
wait.
Okay, you can answer.
This is God's side, man.
Hey!
You are not quite
Okay.
We are not quite there.
Sister Omotayo, do you want to tell us where this is?
Okay, this is. Okay, let me give you a clue. It's actually in Halifax. It's a place that is very close to Long Lake. It starts with C and ends with
Clayton Park.
and ends with
At least you will let him land before you jump out. Let him land before you jump out. At least, it's not down for boss. Let him land before you jump out.
okay, it starts with C and then ends with L.
Maybe start.
Okay, yes, I know it. That was when they were doing the magic.
C. It
That's
starts
the name of
with
the
C.
area.
That's the name of the street. The area, yeah.
How many letters?
No.
That's good. I like your clue. So that is 5-3. That's no 5-4. That is 9.
Sorry, how many
Syllables.
syllables? That's a bit syllables.
Okay, now how many syllables? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Crystal girl.
Chain link. Someone said chain
Chain
link.
link.
And
she starts with C, ends with L. Ends with L.
Crystal. Cecil Street.
Sesame Street.
Okay, so I think just okay.
Oh yeah.
Is Cowie Hill.
Oh.
No, you didn't say the one here now.
And you just say there is a space inside.
Now.
You say, I asked how many syllables? You said 504. You put 0 inside.
He wants to know the studio itself.
It's called the Basement Music Productions.
Wow.
Okay. So
is it basement that you do your upstairs?
It's the main floor.
Okay, so now we know that. Okay, the next slide. Let's see.
Because I'm going to release
Nobody will win this.
my own double soon. I mean, I cannot do
That's
so.
the aim.
I know
I
this
know
one.
what you're trying to do.
I know this one. Thank you.
Beside the rock.
Somebody saw this picture and asked me if this is the tomb of Jesus.
It is.
It's long leg. Okay,
It's
Sister
a
Ronke.
Dumbra.
Sorry, before.
Yeah, it's a
Hold on.
trail. That trail on long.
On long leg.
Yeah.
Trail.
Because the
It's
same
trail.
dress.
Okay, continue.
I can't know it's
We went to now.
You just did analysis.
Yes,
She analyzed it.
It's not the same day.
Okay. Okay, Sister Aaron wanted to try.
It's on Dobra.
I give it to yes. It's on. It's on. Actually, it's a trail. It's a trail.
Final answer.
Yes.
Final answer.
Yes.
Okay. Alright.
Dobra.
Also for final answer, I think about what got it.
I
You
think so too.
You are using spirit. But you actually got it. Long leg.
Wow.
We got it.
Nice.
The other one.
All of us got it. You give all of us one.
Long leg.
So Dobra got around long leg.
I know it's dumber. It's not leg, not on dumber.
It's not leg, not on Dobra. Thank you.
Frank said everything rock.
He's right too now. Is it not rock?
It's not plaster borders.
Anything rock. Well, nice one.
Okay. Well done. So let's go to the next slide.
Okay, so that's the last one.
That's the last one, right?
It's the same. It's the
can't
same.
tell
All of
us
us
now.
will
No,
play this
wait
one.
now.
It's the same league. Anything that you do. The same club, the same
But I'm
studio.
from
Okay,
Porto now.
it's long forest. It's long forest.
It's not forest.
Exactly. The different question.
You've already answered it. It's
He
league.
has
It's
a
league.
different
It's
question.
Oh yeah, ask
What
again.
season of the year did she take this picture?
It's falling now.
No.
It's falling now.
No, it was end of summer.
It's still summer.
End of summer is not a season.
It's part of the season.
Is it your season?
Fall.
No, this
fall.
is fall.
Fall.
This is fall.
As I say, it's falling.
It's fall though.
It's falling, Abby.
Santa.
It's fall.
Got the time.
Thank you for coming. Please sit here.
You're welcome.
Then one more question to this particular picture.
Interesting.
And the question is, who was the photographer that took this picture?
Yes.
Don't fall, don't
He
fall.
does not know how to take
Why are
picture.
you telling me?
He does not know how to take picture.
It's the one
Well, look at the picture and cut it.
Please take a close look at this picture.
No.
It's not
It's not correct. I
for
give it for free. That one is bonus for it free. It's not him.
Because rather than didn't get the train
How
or
do you
the
know it was not
wedding or the babbage or the
No, he was conservative with the information. He's not about
Yeah.
Interesting.
So you don't know the photographer, right?
I know.
The photographer is.
He's the person that
It's
carries
Brother
it.
Olu.
I think we got in the season first.
We have got
Yes.
some.
What is the season?
Yes, I think.
He said it's small now.
No,
It's
I
fall.
forget.
Brother Olu is
It's 4.
Yeah. It's iPhone.
No, it's not
It's
4.
the videographer that is the photographer.
You say ahead of someone, you say it's solo.
It is not 4.
Did we take
You will not
You tell us the date. You tell us
I will
the
tell you the date.
date. Then we'll be able to tell you.
Yeah, I will tell you the date.
Okay.
Okay, it's not 4.
Don't say
Summer.
Okay, she's looking at again. I'll look at
Between summer and fall.
Between summer and 4.
It's summer something.
It's summer something.
It's summer.
It's summer something.
It's summer.
Now, why you being funny?
Okay, tell us now. It's summer.
Pastor DJ said it is 4.
I can bet my
It's not
last
four.
month's salary.
Wait, is it not only 4 seasons we have this? And we know it's not winter.
It's summer. Okay, I think I'll just allow Sister Omotayo to just tell us the date she took.
end of September.
Okay, so I took this picture on September 16th.
And what is
Which is
September?
too
I want
summer.
September 16.
Is it summer?
It's summer.
This fall!
September
I
16th.
will tell you this sugar.
It's 4 now.
September 16 is not 4.
It's end of
Please,
summer.
somebody go on and
And she said end of.
End of summer.
She said and you said no.
Yes, this is the end of summer.
This is summer. She was trying to be so precise. You know when you want to get it, when you want to get 100, you have to go the extra mile. So that you don't know that it's just summer. Maybe it's beginning of summer. Say end of summer. Take end.
Okay, alright. So thank you. Okay, and the photographer. Yeah.
He was the photographer.
I got it.
I said it. I'm looking at the phone. I said iPhone. Samsung.
I got it.
Okay, so how many winners do we have?
I have 2 times. I want someone.
And all of us want that J-League.
Yes,
All of us want J-League.
We got it.
There's no gently.
All of us want J-League. J-League.
Okay, let's stop ourselves.
Is that all?
Okay, so the next thing will be for. Okay, no, we need to recognize the team. Yeah, all the people that were part of the video, you know, exactly, editor, everybody.
The boy.
Mm-hmm.
The person that is holding the napkin, the clean.
Yes.
Okay.
Drink, tears,
Baby.
Tears again.
tears of joy.
Okay, so if they're here,
So they are actually not here.
no, it's okay.
So
Are they online?
at this, do you want to do that? Do you want to do it?
Okay, so basically they are not here. They send in their regrets. I will just mention their names. I mean, it's actually very good to just acknowledge them because when we approach them, we not to take anybody for granted. I mean, things like this cost money and time. So, and we approached them and told them, this is what we wanted to do. And of course, we are looking for people to actually volunteer. And they were kind enough to say, oh, we'll do this and do that. And they volunteered and they went with us to do the video. So I'll just mention their names because this is actually being recorded and it's live. So we have Sammy, Sammy the guitarist. You know Sammy, yeah. And then we have Sammy's wife, Daniela. And then we also have Oladili, and myself. We also have Lalu. So they helped us.
Now look for nowhere.
So please, let's just encourage them, say thank you to them. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, so while we were playing the game, some people came in and we also want them to introduce themselves. So before you came in, we all mentioned their names and their relationship to the celebrants of today, and we want you to do the same. So
Good evening, everybody. Okay, my name is Olabanjo, and this is my wife, Daniela. Amazingly, we got in contact with Brother Luke first. When we got to church, we had fellowship, reached out to us, and then subsequently followed up. During the Thanksgiving for the year, I got a call, and then they requested that we should come and have a dinner with them. Quite unusual. We just came in, we were trying to get our balance and all of that. We're intrigued by such, that's what we'll have done, that's what we'll do way back in Nigeria. That warmth, that openness also got us more connected. We were able to come, we came here, we had time together with the kids. That's why when my kids came in here, they knew where to run around to because they've been here before. He was so generous with information. Then Grandma was here too. The wife has also been very open, accommodating. She looked at me one day and said, my husband must like you a lot too. He has been so open with you, and we've enjoyed that over the, I'm sure, I think almost every week, either is reaching out or we're reaching out. For us, formed a bond, a connection, and a family. It generated from our church, Global Harvest Halifax. I think that's who we are.
Yes, thank you.
It's a copy and paste.
So let me just move right here. Please can you introduce yourself?
He likes to put people on camera. He does not like.
Okay, yeah, my name is Benga Akijekman. This is my wife, Modele.
So, I'm allowed to have notes and get on the spot. So I think we can have Sister Omotayo. She's going to be telling us about how, she started this whole thing. Some people will tell you, I've been singing from my mom's womb. People will tell you they've been singing.
Before I was born.
Exactly. So she's going to tell us how she started, how she got here. And I hope you all enjoy, our speech speech.
Okay. I'm the only one I'm wearing shoes.
You want to sit? You want to sit?
Okay. Thank you very much for every one of you. I do appreciate this. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to be a part of this. I'm very grateful. Okay, so when we were planning this program, we tagged this, how did I get here? Where do I start from? So, I started singing from primary school, precisely when I was in primary 4. And in primary school, in my primary school at the time, we had just formed different clubs. So there was science club, there was debate club, and I know I didn't know how to talk or argue, so, debate was not my thing, and there was music club. Science, I'm like, okay, let me go to music club. And the science people will boast, like, oh yeah, they're the most important people. Yeah. How many science students we have here? Those people that used to make us feel, I'm a commercial student, so people used to make us feel as if we are less,
Yes,
less important.
we invented intestine.
They studied the science at school, but now they are no longer scientists.
So I went to music club. So, and during music club we would sing. And I could remember this particular day, I think I didn't have breakfast because I was angry with my mom. And she dropped me off at school and I was hungry when I got to school and we had music. And I went for music club, I was hungry. And I started singing and somehow music filled me and the hunger disappeared. That was when I discovered my love for music. And my sister, who is watching from Saskatoon, has encouraged me over the years. She got me my first Walkman, and I would listen to Ron Kenoli, I would listen to Bob Feed, I would play it in the cassette, I used to buy Tiger batteries, and I would run down the battery. As in, once I buy it today, it will die that day. So once I run down that battery, I know, okay, I've done justice. Then I discovered Duracell. Then I shifted to Duracell, started using Duracell. Anyway, that's how I got into music. Then I'd gone from one choir to another. At the time I was in Rema Chapel Children's Church. And I used to go to adult church and I used to see that man, over there. Of course, I didn't know it was the one then, and like I was just, as a teenager, I was just so very excited to see him sing and manage the choir, and there were quite a number of people that I used to look up to when they sing and all that. So like, from there, I'd been in one choir to another, to another choir. And I remember when I was young as well, I would sing people's songs, and I will join different songs together, like just to create my own flow and do things like that. As a little child, I was probably less than 10, but I can't really remember what I was doing at the time, but I remember I did that. As I grew older, I traveled to Ireland, where I did my Let me just wait. There's somebody else on the phone. Just wait for a second. Okay. So I traveled to Ireland, and that was where I did my university education, and I was in the choir then as well. So that was when I actually really started writing my own songs. I would read books and get inspired from reading the book, and I would write a song from it. I would hear a song, I'll get inspired from the song, I'll write another song, and I was just putting everything together and just keeping it in a treasure box. And I was singing for people. I was singing to people, and they would ask me, "Wait, do you want to be a musician or you want to be an accountant?" I'm like, "I want to be an accountant, so let me just face my accountant." As in, music was an hobby to me. I'm like, okay, let me just keep music as an hobby. It was safe to say music was an hobby. And for many years I stayed in that space, saying that music was an hobby because it was safe. People would not have so much expectations from me. So I kept it that way. And along the line, after I finished my university education, I went back to Nigeria. And while I was going back to Nigeria, a lot of people didn't want me to go back to Nigeria. Like, please don't. Like, I am going. But one thing they kept telling me, and I didn't have an idea of what they meant, was don't stop singing. Like, how can I stop singing? What do you mean? I won't stop singing. Then indeed I got to Nigeria and I stopped singing. So I stopped singing. Why? Because every other thing just became priority, and music took the back seat. So while we were planning to come to Canada as a family, one of the things I said, I desired, and I was telling God, I wanted to sing when I came to Canada. And I didn't mean I wanted to sing, like to drop a single or something like that. I probably just wanted to have time and be in the choir and just sing and enjoy myself singing. So I got to Canada and I started singing again. So that's how I picked up singing again. Then singing was still hobby at the time. Then Global Harvest Church started and singing continued. I was just automatically recruited to the choir. I didn't have a choice. Automatically recruited to the choir, and music continued. Then I started noticing some things. It was more than music. Then I had this pastor that was in Nigeria, Pastor Tola CD, is now in Calgary. Sometimes I join their services on Sunday. I watch their services, probably their Sunday service on a Monday, and each time I go and watch the service, there is no time he would not mention something about the parable of the gifts. And he would always make reference to you can sing, you know how to sing and you're not doing anything. And I was like, this man, what is it now? So like, every time I go there, I had to chat to one day like, do you know how many times you preach with that scripture? I was like, really? So I felt like, okay, I felt I was being called to do this. So December last year when I started writing my goals, putting down my goals together for the year, I heard something like, do more musically, and I felt like, what does that even mean? I was like, okay, let me try to write it down. I had no idea what it meant, but I just wrote it down. And I wrote it down because December, I think 2018 or something, I was still back in Nigeria at the time, and the church we were attending at the time, we would write our goals for the year, and we would go to church and we would pray over the goals for the year. I know the pastor was saying, there's somebody here, there's a goal you're supposed to write down, and we are feeling very reluctant to write it. Just write it down. It's going to happen, and it's not. You are not going to have to. You won't have to do anything about it for it to happen. And that was because I had been on one level for like 5 years at work, no promotion. So the pastor kept on saying, like, okay, they shall say we should write it. Let me just write it. I don't even know if he knows what he's really saying, but let me write it. So grudgingly, I wrote it that December 2018. February 2019, I got promoted. I did not do anything. It was not based on performance. It was not based on anything. As far as they were just, people were calling me to give me an update. Okay, so your name is now on the promotion list. Okay, the promotion list is going to come out so day. Okay, you're going to receive this. I did not do anything. In fact, I'd totally forgotten that I wrote it down in my goals until later I came across the goal and I was like, I almost didn't write this down. Anyway, so back to, that was where I wrote it down. I had no idea what it meant at the time. I wrote it down last year. January this year, my husband wasn't at home. I told the children to stay upstairs. I was cleaning the house and I was here, right here, just cleaning here. And one of the songs I'd written when I was in Dublin, this particular song came back. When I wrote it, I read a book, Be the Best. Pastor Matthias wrote the book at the time. So through the pages of the book, I wrote the first verse. I wrote the second verse, and that was it. And it was probably 12 years ago. I stood here, and the song came back. And yeah, that was the last song I wrote before I stopped singing. I stood here, and I started singing the song again, and somehow I wrote the second verse here. And I moved from there to the kitchen, and somehow I wrote the bridge there. And I thought, okay, the song is complete. I finally know what the first verse is, and what the second verse is, and what the bridge is. And I kept it, as usual. But then I started feeling this urge, like, you needed to do something about this song. I was like, no. I don't even like being in front of people in the first place. I don't like social media. I don't, just leave me alone. Then, myself and my husband were watching, how many of us have seen this movie, King of Boys? I can never tell this story without mentioning King of Boys or mentioning Kemi Adetiba's name. So we sat down and we were watching the interview, which happened to be the interview she did after the release of the King of Boys. It's on Netflix if you want to watch it. So we watched it, and at the point in time, Kemi Adetiba started saying that she was scared. She didn't even attend the premiere of the movie because she thought people would not like it. And in my mind, I felt offended. How can you say people would not like it? As in, how? I thought, in my mind, I felt like you're one of the most talented people. Like, if I hear that she wrote a movie or something and she like produced a movie, I would want to watch it. Like, she's probably one of the most talented, most talented people that I think are up there. Like, how can you say that? And while I was questioning that in my mind, what I heard was, can you see, she doubted her abilities, but she went ahead and do it. She did it anyways. You're doubting yourself, and you're still not doing anything. Okay, so that was the first one. Okay. Shortly after that, I came across another song. The God Who Sees. It was written by Nicole Simulan. Fantastic song, beautiful song. I listened to that song 2 weeks, back to back, 2 weeks. Every day I was listening to the song. I played the song to my husband. We're like, ah, yeah, really nice song. Yeah, next day we changed the channel. I think we wanted to watch football or something. But I just kept on. I couldn't get over the song. And after 2 weeks, I was like, it's enough. Then I came across the interview she did about the song. She wrote the song. She co-wrote the song with somebody. She went into the studios, did the song, and she came out of the song was actually the first trial. Like the first try she had in the studio, that was actually the song. That was the end of the song. She came out and she was doubting the song, that the song is not nice. I'm like wondering, how can you be doubting yourself? So at that point in time I realized, no matter how talented or special you are, everybody goes through it at one point at one point in time. You have the self-doubt, you feel like you're not confident, you feel like it's not good enough. And I felt, okay, so it's time to come out. So I spoke to my husband and I wanted to do the song, and he said, why? I can't remember what I did. But I obviously gave me the right answers, obviously. And we started running with it, and that is why we are here today.
Thank you. Okay. So no doubt it's an inspiring story. Not to put you on the spot, because I know sometimes, yeah, you can have that enabling environment, people supporting you, but there are times again that you have some people who are not really, giving you that push, yeah, to keep going. So I want to ask, because my daughter likes to sing, and sometimes like, please, it's just not sounding nice. So I know mommy is online. Was there any time she had to shut you down, or just discourage you? So mommy is going to talk now in case.
So now let me tell you what mommy did. So there was this time I was, my father had the perfect punishment for me. And the perfect punishment for me is, you're not going to that church. As that's the end. I will behave, I'll just align as a reset mood. So I think there was a time like that, Daddy had said that. And me and my mommy were in the choir at the same time, actually. And I think we were having a church here. We were going to have a convention or something. And we're going to sing this song that I auditioned for, Storm is Over. The TGJ's version. So I was going to sing the female version of it. And they now called rehearsal for soloists. Mommy is just in the choir doing backup. She's not for soloists. Daddy's around. How will I sound to go to VGL? So mommy took me to VGL and slept in the car while I went for rehearsals.
Thank you, mommy. That's a good one. Wow. Okay, so good to know you. Okay. Yeah. Okay, thank you very much for sharing your story. I'm sure we're all motivated when you're the other with your story. Yeah, you want to say something? Okay. So let me just run through the remaining things we have, then we'll call it a day. So we're going to watch the video. And of course, like I said, we are like the firstest of people watching this. So it's such a privilege. So we're going to watch the video. Then if you have any feedback for her, you can just send her a message one-on-one, just offline. And then we'll take our light refreshments. Okay? So just a quick introduction from you, ma'am, and you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Fumi Oburo from Global Harvest Church. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Bisola Adedeji. I met her when they used to come to our church.
My name is Oludare Adedeji, and we used to attend the same church also.
You're welcome. Alright, so Brother
Sorry.
place of glory I must get to. I live a life of purpose predetermined years ago. Every day I rise, I seek for directions for my dreams. And by His grace, I know I'll make it. I'm gonna make it. Nothing is big enough, strong enough, mighty enough to stop my vision. I'll make it there. I'll make it there. 'Cause I'm determined and focused. Every help I need, I have. I will make it there. Through all my pains and struggles, I will push through. Through all my flaws and failures, gotta keep on going on. Every day I rise, I seek for directions for my dreams. And by His grace, I know I'll make it. I'm gonna make it. Nothing is big enough, strong enough, no, strong enough, no, 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 mighty enough to stop my vision. I'll make it there. I'll make it there. I'll make it there. 'Cause I'm determined and focused. Every help I need, I have. I will make it there. Push aside every negativity, voices in my head telling me I can't. I'm gonna stand and stride, roar and fight till I make it. I'm gonna make it. Nothing is big enough, no, strong enough, no, 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 mighty enough to stop my vision. I'll make it there. I'll make it there. 'Cause I'm determined and focused. Every help I need, I have. I will make it there. I'll make it there. I'll make it there. 'Cause I'm determined and focused. Every help I need, I have. I'll make it there. Every help I need, I have. I will make it there. Everything I need, I have. I will make it there. Everything that I need, I have. I will make it there. You supply every help I need, I have. I'm gonna make it there.
I don't have anything to say like for me it's 100%. I don't have anything to criticize about it. I love it. The pictures, the background, the voice, the instruments, everything for me perfect. The singer, everybody. So but
Yeah,
yeah,
I like the shot of our husband.
okay.
It was just very quiet. It takes a strong man to support a woman.
So what else? So yeah, so you can send your feedback to her, one-on-one, and if there's any way you want to support the single, please reach out to her directly too. So I think that's all for today. Brother Olu, would you like to give the vote of thanks?
I don't know what to say. Okay. Thank you everyone for coming. I mean, thank you, Dr. Dami. Thank you. Abagin. Thank you, sir. Thank you for coming. Thank you, Pastor Jide. Thank you, Pastor Olabanji. Thank you, my friend. My friend is very, very stubborn. Thank you, P.E. and his wife. Thank you, Sister Runke. Sister Runke did this for free. Thank you so much, Sister Runke. Thank you, Brother. He's doing this for free also. I mean, it's good to have friends around you. The most important thing you can have in life are people. And one thing that I'm really, really grateful to God for is putting people around you. We've had people around us, and we are still having people around us. I was explaining to someone yesterday, he said that, how did you put all these things? They said there is inflation, there is something, and you still went ahead and did this. I mean, it just, like she said, she told me in January, and I'm a very calculative person. Why now? But when she explained, sometimes you don't want to be in the way of what God wants to do. The best thing you can do is just to say, well, we move, like we used to say, and let the resources just flow in anyhow. But God has really been fruitful. But that I can tell you that for free. It got to a stage that, I mean, the initial plan was to just do the audio, not to do the video. And then I took the song to someone. And they was like, no, they cannot just release the audio. You have to do the video. The song is, we were in the car. The song is really, I like the song. The person is a musician. He has released songs. We're like, no, bros. In fact, if you don't have the money, don't do it now. I didn't know how to tell my wife. They said we should not do the song. You know, you have to also respect people that have gone ahead of you. I said, God, I don't get money for this. But we took the risk, and then we moved forward, and here we are today. So, thank you everyone for coming. She has songs that she has, written down for next year. And I'll be like, hey.
Oh yeah, and since I finished this song, I've been writing songs since.
Yeah, it was like a flow. Immediately she finished this song, 2 songs just came immediately, and then I was like, don't worry. That's why we are 2. The Bible says that 1 will chase what? 1,000, 2 will chase 10,000. So we're in it together, and plus only one carries. Sometimes we are in the room like up to 12, still trying to put the song together. No, you can't do it this way. No, you can't. I mean, she's also submissive. Like, you can't do it that way. I mean, it's when you create something yourself, and somebody is telling you, no, you can't do it that way. It's hard because you are the creator. But I'm the one listening to it. I might know your audience. Because I remember when I wanted to go for one managerial in Nigeria, you were my audience, and I listened to you too, so listen to you. So it hasn't been easy, but it's been worth it. Thank you so much for coming around. And like we said, we don't want to waste much of your time. We plan to start at 5 and finish 6 o'clock. So 5:35 and we're finishing 6:30. Thank you for coming. God bless you.
Before we go, I just want to especially appreciate my husband.
Hey,
he's my first audience. He's the one that listens to the song first. He's the one that critiques the song. In fact, when I finished the song, there's a part of this song that he told me, don't sing it like that, sing it like this. I'm like, no, I actually sang it like that in the song, and it came out beautifully. And I remember one of the songs I wrote. I was so excited about the song when I wrote it. I wrote the bridge first, actually. And I sent it to him. I was like, I sang it to, I knew I was not supposed to sing it to him because it wasn't complete. As in the song, he wasn't going to get it. I have the full picture of the song, but I wrote the bridge first. I was so excited, I sang it to him. I'm like, no, it doesn't make sense. It was painful. So when I put the song together, verse, chorus, bridge, I sang it to him. I was like, hey, beautiful song. Makes sense. Makes sense. But I just really want to appreciate him and the things he does. These are things I'm not even thinking about. Like he's thinking for me and telling me, okay, this is what I'm supposed to do. This is the next thing to do. He has set goals for me for next year that I've not even set for myself. Well, I will try and run with it, but I just really want to appreciate. Thank you for all you do.
And that brings us to the end of the premiere event. All right. Okay, yeah, we can take pictures. Come to the backdrop over there, take pictures with Mr. Omotayo. Please feel free.
Oh, sorry. It's okay.
Thank you. Refreshments are beautiful.
Thank you for coming.
Congratulations. Sorry, I don't know how it's gotten late. I'm sitting down at home, just watching messages. How are you?
Fine, how are you?
Do I need to wear shoes?
No.
For your pictures? Yeah, for my pictures.
Thank you. Good evening. I met you at the wedding fair. Yes. What's your wife's name?
Okay. My photo.